Okay, so next up we have, let me check my sheet. Next up we have Lucy Moore, wonderful Lucy Moore, who I'm describing as a volunteer. This is how I've been asked to introduce her. Lucy has done wonderful, many things, and she's going to tell us about her year in Wiki. Over to you.
Sorry, it was going so smoothly. So yeah, thanks so much for inviting me to come along and have a chat. I've had like a mad wiki year. So I just thought I would talk people through it. So I've been doing bits of editing. I found this magazine when I was living in Dublin earlier in the year, which was Women in the Mining Industry in South Africa. So one of the things I've been quite proud of doing as a tinkerer is adding all of them to Wikidata. But this is really a tribute to all the people I've met and all the friends that I've made. So there's Rosie, who's the founder of Women in Red, my friend Carol, who is the founder of Wikimedia Kenya. And what have I been doing in the past year? So this time last year, I was in Uruguay. Oh my God. So I was very lucky to get a scholarship from the Wikimedia Foundation to go to Uruguay to talk about Wikimedia things. And that was because I've done quite a lot of volunteering, helping out with pages about museums, particularly in former places that the British Empire colonised. So trip of a lifetime. Sorry, you're probably a bit jealous, but like, who'd have thought it? In January, I was working as Wikimedian in residence for the National Trust, their first Wikimedian in residence, and we did their first ever Wikithon. And we did it as like an event at Bath Assembly Rooms, and we had like people from the public like coming and being like, "Oh, what are you all doing in this big room on your laptops? This is kind of strange." And we were saying, "Oh, we're improving content about based on volunteer research about people who came and the assembly rooms." And in the other room that you can't see, there were people doing like conservation on those chandeliers. And loads of the visitors were like, "Oh, this is amazing because this is like conserving the past with the chandeliers, but also looking to like our digital future." So all the visitors were like super into it, which was really cool. In March, I finished a project where I've now written a biographical article for at least one woman from every country in the world. And because we're all so humble as Wikimedians, and because we go, "Oh, we're just, doing our bits," I really wanted to like try and like get a bit of a story going. So I approached a journalist called Robin who did this article in The Guardian, which I think I know a few people have seen. And then that got picked up by lots of different news outlets. So I ended up being on like the World Service and on CNN, again, talking about the gender gap, but also talking about how important it is to use your spare time to edit Wikipedia, which I do. It's my favorite hobby. In August, I went to Wikimania, which was in Poland, and I got some money from somewhere else to go, nothing to do with Wikimedia, but from my university. And I was talking about how you could adapt data relating to smell and add that to Wikidata, which is something that if you had spoken to me a few years ago, when I was like dipping my toe into Wikipedia, I would have never thought I would have been stood in a few run of people thinking about this like quite philosophical topic. So that was like another highlight for my year as well. This is like a whistle stop tour. But my first edit was in like February 2019. And at that time, I wanted to edit about male soldiers from the First World War. And I gate crashed this LGBT history training event, like honestly. And I made this like first edit about a brewery in Leeds. And like at that time, there is no way I would have possibly imagined that learning to edit, creating all these different articles, meeting all these different people would have created so many opportunities for me, but also like changed me. It's changed me as a person. It's made me much better at like finding consensus, obviously one of our fundamentals. And I think it's just made me a better human. So really, it's a big thanks, because I know there's lots of people here who've helped me at various points, or who've tidied up articles for me as well. So I've had a great year, but it's all down to all of you. So thank you.